I am worried about Andre. I am really, really worried about Andre. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Empire. This is season 5, episode 11, and I am really, really worried about Andre. Andre has fallen into a rabbit hole where he is really, I mean, he's becoming the thing. He's becoming Lucious, but he is like worse than Lucious. He is doing bad things, and he's like so in it. You know what I mean? I'm worried about Andre, but anyway, let's talk about this episode. Cookie and Lucious were laying in the bed, and the atmosphere was just funky. It was funky, and he's like, what's up? He's like, I didn't know that was my son. This, that, and the other. She said, your little evil son looks just like you. He acts like him too, boo. She said, it's like every day with you feels like something blows up in my face, and it's like karma is coming back to get coming back to get them. And I believe there's a little bit of that going on as well, because they've done some really, really dirty deeds in the past. So I don't think she's incorrect. I think she's correct on some of that. You know what I mean? And that's what she said. She said, we walk around and we act just like we ain't hurt nobody in the past, and that shit got to stop. It has to stop. And that's the thing. You could turn it around. Karma is what it is. Karma is, inevitable, but you can definitely turn it around. You can stop being out of order at any time. That's your Pennsylvania privilege, to stop being out of order. And that's where Cookie is. Lucius need to catch up before he loses woman. Moving on. So we see Terry and Andre, and Terry is just as happy. She's so happy. Well, Andre keeps getting these phone calls. He got 2 different phone calls in this episode from the doctor. And he's telling Terry, oh, everything's okay. Everything's okay. Oh, the doctor said that. But you could tell by his demeanor, everything ain't okay. Something's going on. Something's going on. He told her, oh, it was just a nosebleed and it's just nothing. No, something's going on. It was more like a hemorrhaging. And if it's up by his brain, that ain't good. That ain't good at all. So I don't know. They're gonna worry me to death with this Andre thing, this whole Andre storyline. Anyway, there was a focus group going on, and they had the double-sided mirror. They do that at Empire, and the kids were going in on Lucius. They were going in. They were like hating on him big time, but they love it on Cookie. Love it on Cookie. I'm like, this is just as bad, because it's like a wedge is being driven between them, and I'm like, oh jeez, okay. So we got all that going on. Becky actually had a conversation with Giselle. They needed to get their footing together because they hadn't really had any interaction since everything went down, and they basically, it's like, I still got your back, yeah, girl, I still got your back too. You know what I mean? Though Becky loves Cookie and Lucius, they shit on her. They shit on her before. So there's always that little thing. And truly, she loves Jamal. That's who she loves. She loves Jamal to death. The rest of them is kind of touch and go, but she loves her some Jamal. And I believe that Becky loves Thirsty. I do. I believe that Becky really, really trusts Thirsty, and I think she has a love for Thirsty, and I think Thirsty loves Becky too. I think he wants the best for Becky. Anyway, it's so many moving parts. That's why I love the show. Moving on. So Andre and Lucius and Cookie were all talking. Andre was telling me, I looked at everything. I got like a 5-year plan to get everything back on track. And Lucious is like, oh, hell no. 5 years? No, we need shit done now. We need to recoup back that money that was ours, that got all yanked up and all of that. So Lucius had told Thirsty, you get contact Damien Cross, because you used to work for him. So I know you can get in touch with him. You contact him, and I know he could do something to actually help this. And I said, okay, so here we go. Here's the crisscross. So I was wondering, how was Damien Cross going to come into the fold of this? Damien Cross is an issue. He's an issue. But anyway, so they end up having this meeting with Damien Cross. And Damien Cross said, over there looking at Cookie. I said, you know, he wanted a piece of that cookie. He wanted the chips, honey. He wanted to eat the chips right out of my cookie. And he pretended like he never met her before. And Cookie's like, we met. Remember in the elevator? And then she's like, just forget it. He played it right to the left. And then ended up, they needed to take a little flight overseas to meet with some folks that was holding up the money and get that all straightened out. Damien Cross ended up going and having Cookie on the side. The two of them went together. Now, you know good and well, if Lucius knew anything about them meeting, how they met, that would have never happened. Damien Cross got over there. Him and Cookie laid shit down. They put it down. They put it down. They worked it out, got that money back. I ain't even going through the whole thing of it, but they put it down. Whatever it was like, this is Cookie Line, and this is what's going to happen. I'll pull all my affiliates up out of this business if you don't agree to do what it is that needs to be done and give them their damn money back. And he said, you're willing to let go of all the clients and all of that for real for Cookie Line? He said, she's worth it. I said, oh, shit. Here we go. Here we go. And Cookie's like, then he tried to get all up on her, you know. And Cookie told me, baby, I got a whole goddamn husband. I hope her ring don't look like that one. But she said, I got a whole goddamn husband. And what she looked at, I said, don't give her no space. Don't give her no space, Lucius. You give her some space, it's going to be a problem. Space and opportunity makes for a hot puss, makes for you losing your woman. And Damien Cross can afford her. You scraping right now. Damien got money on top of money on top of some more money. And he ain't bad on the eyes and all. So and he showed his ass up. He showed up, honey, and put that thing on her, one leg and all. I said, look at that. Oh, goddamn nasty ass Lucius. He knew what to do, honey. Get on down there and eat the cookies out of her box, honey. Anyway, a mess. Andre, okay, so we had Devon. Devon was like, I'm not doing no collaborations or nothing like that. I got my manager over on this side and my contracts over there. You know, this is all messed up. Andre's like, I'll take care of it. So him and Devon go into a meeting with the manager. The manager basically laughed in Andre's face. It was like, he's walking money. Ain't no way I'm going to give none of that to you. You're a joke. Andre's like, okay. He walked out with Devon. Then he came back. When he came back, it was a whole different ball game. Maybe he grabbed his sword and got to showing out and cutting up shit and carrying on and acting terrible. And when he got done, the man signed the damn contract. He got Devon completed. All he wanted was for him to sign to say that Devon would be able to do some collaborations and different things like that with Empire. When he got done, baby, carrying on and swinging that damn sword like a samurai, he had done bought the whole thing out. The man signed Devon's whole contract over. He got out of his contract altogether, so now he's going back to Empire. And this is where I was saying I'm getting concerned with Andre because Andre was so satisfied. It was like an orgasm for him to go in there and act, that bad behavior. I'm like, oh God, it's waking up this beast inside of him. Anyway, then we have, I told y'all that you need to watch out. Watch out for that damn Treasure. Treasure got her good eye. Her good eye, you understand me? On Hakeem. So She slid herself in there and she tried to bump Tiana out the way. She tried to go in there and talk to Jamal about doing a song with Jamal. Jamal was supposed to do a song with Tiana. She done swindled and jugged and carried on, and it just they got ugly. They get on the red carpet, and these two get ready to get going at it. They start going at it on the red carpet. It was a mess. Becky had to break them up. Literally, it was about the song. It was about being in the spotlight. I said, girl, you don't even know the half of it, Tiana. Your man is next. Your man is next. And it was just a whole mess. And it was so funny because they were going at it so bad that, with trying to keep the eye of the paparazzi, that damn Hakeem put little Bella into it. And Bella went stood by Tiana, which gave her the upper hand. I said, that was petty. That was petty. But Treasure still, it didn't matter. Treasure was doing her thing. She knew what she doing. Remember, that's, what's her name's daughter, honey? Cupcake. Not Cupcake. Pound Cake. Cupcake, that's my cousin. I got a cousin named Cupcake. Pound Cake, that was Pound Cake's daughter. She know how to get what she wanted, honey. Did all of that. I was like, this is going to be too much. Next thing you know, there's a meeting with Jamal, Treasure, Becky, and Tiana. And Jamal tells them, well, what I'm going to do with the song, I'm going to get off the song. The two of y'all are going to do the song together. And they was both like, what? Try and phone that bitch. He's like, oh, y'all gonna do it. Y'all gonna shut up or ain't nobody gonna do it. How about that? So she's like, oh, well, whatever. It's about money. So she's like, well, I'm gonna smoke you on the song. I was like, oh, it's gonna be, the song gonna probably be fire, child. So I'm like waiting for that. So then we got Thirsty comes. He got some bad news. Some shit's going on. He had to go and check out what was going on. And I said, where is he going? To the home where he got his mother at, baby. The bills, some of the bills wasn't paid or whatever, paid up everything. She in there showing her ass. She in there showing out, baby. And then gonna tell Lucious, you know good well I don't deserve to be here. And then told him, did Cookie leave you yet? Because you know she's going to leave you. This, that, the other, and then told him the evil that is within you, it's in there and it ain't going nowhere. It's always going to be there. And me and Cookie got something in common. We sure do. Ain't it something when you look at something that you bore, honey, and you can't stand it. You wish it was never born. I said, oh, no, she didn't. He went out there, honey, crying. I said, child, mama, that mama's something else, honey. She know how to get him. She knows how to get him, honey. Anyway, last thing we see, the FBI that came and yanked Thirsty. They done pulled Thirsty, honey, and told him, listen, we've been watching you, trailing you. We know what you got going on, and this is what you're going to do. You're going to give up one or the other. Either you're going to give us Damien Cross, or you're going to give us Lucious Lyon. Which one's it going to be? Or we going to take you? So which one you going to flip on? I said, oh, and that's where it went off. That's where it went off. That's a lose-lose. I was like, damn, Thirsty. Anyway, good as usual. I'll see you all for the next episode of Empire. Later.